Wassail. So this is a full moon in Leo reading. The Aquarius new moon has now become full. It'll be full on Sunday at 7:36-ish, and that's Greenwich Mean Time rather than Universal Central Time, because the idea that we're the centre of the universe is a little bit arrogant. So I like to stick to Greenwich Mean Time. I used to live in Greenwich, often walk in the park there. So this moon is going to be taking us towards these two new energy gateway portals, but I'm not going to concern myself with those in this reading. I'm actually going to just be dealing with the lineup of Mars, Jupiter and Saturn that's approaching on the 18th, 19th and 20th. And it's during those energies that the moon will pass in front of each one, apart from Saturn where it will be just a bit south. But it's a massive time of downloads, ear ringing, all that kind of thing. And I need us to understand what those different frequencies are bringing. So the Mars energy of grounding us was the softest. The Jupiter one was very expansive. There's a big expansive energy going on, thyroid and thymus, energy wings that flow down our body, that all the other chakra energies flow through to cleanse. It's going to be working really hard, trying to deal with our lower heart chakra of Saturn. Bear in mind as well, Pluto's in the same Capricorn house still, and these energies, these three lords of karma, are really changing things up for us. So we're going to begin by asking what the general energies are for this full moon in Leo, bearing in mind that Leo is the planet of strength, ego, dealing with the self. This full moon is about shedding elements of the self and the ego that you no longer need. That's a given. These cards, they're way, but they're bouncing out in great big chunks. And there's a lot to get through in this reading, so I'd really rather keep it quite simple. Got one card over there. Okay, so now I've got three. I'll do us to start with. Mystical Shaman deck. Sorry, I mustn't keep banging. I know some of you have got headphones on and that goes right through your head. So, we begin with the card of lightning. This is energy coming down from the Andean Cross. The center of the Andean Cross is the galactic universal center. That is that area in Sagittarius through which all the energy seems to come in through the cosmos. It's a great big portal of source energy. And I'm hearing that you need to look up 302 angel number on Google and see what that has to say. So the general energy is 212 as well, 212, Google angel number 212. This is a massive speeding up. Okay, all right, so all morning I've been witnessing actions taking place, almost like someone speeding the camera up. So my pigeons this morning were pecking at the seeds faster than I've ever noticed them doing it before. This energy is getting a lot quicker because we're heading towards two new gateways opening. Two new gateways, okay? We've already had the gate of Ishtar on the 2nd of the 2nd, 2020, but we've got the gate of Urash opening on the 20th of the 2nd, 2020, and then we've got the gate of Zababa opening on the 22nd of the 2nd, 2020. And there's 212 here. So the energy speeding up, it's going really quick. I mean, this really is You can't stop this. This is coming in like a flash, and this is going to be, there's going to be a lot of ear ringing. I've just done a new video on the ear ringing to help you along. But the main energy is a divine detour to deal with self. Self-ego, but self-sacral. Okay? It's like in your sacral, there's a hole being prepared for new energy, because the energy of the earth grid has been changing, and it means there's kind of like a new space being created in our sacral, the second chakra, which we're meant to fill with self-love. It's like the hole that's being removed through the removal of self-loathing. So a lot of the downloads are going to be to do with sacral energy. They're also going to be to do with earthing, expansion, and then Saturn, the lower heart chakra. So we're really dealing with changes at the moment, not in divine feminine energy, but in our masculine molecule energy. That's what this moon is all about, a connection to our molecules in a way that we've never connected before. Okay, so I'm going to ask some animal spirits, since the coyote is here with the divine detours. I've already got one on the floor, people. So the coyote spirit is trusting in the divine detours. Oh, okay, so I'm just seeing something else. One sec, let me have a moment with these cards. There's a toxic, speaking the truth about toxicity, and that's going to grow with the divine detour energy that's coming in. That's really interesting. So that's from this small half moon being put together with this pushing away of this kind of green toxic energy of our connection to the earth. It's okay. So at the moment, your connection with the earth, no matter how thorough and cool you think you are, is a little bit toxic. And these divine detours with this massive version of this moon, and it's a super moon, is to melt away the toxicity. I'm hearing stuff about Venus and Chiron, but I'm hoping that's going to come out in the reading. If it doesn't, remind me to mention Venus and Chiron. So there are divine detours coming. Of course there are. That's how you get places in life. You have to accept them, and you have to love them, and you have to look for the little jewels on the way. Right, we've got 4 cards, and these are about speaking up. They've all got a sense of blue, and they're about transformation. So, beginning with the cards of sea serpent, spirit, and oyster, water. Oyster is inside you. There is a divine pearl, a pearl of wisdom, a pearl of beauty. It's hidden within you. It's this pearl here. It's a communication pearl. It's a truth. This is sacral energy, and we've just mentioned the sacral, and we've got that real sense of communication through throat chakra. I'll need to have a little look at where Mercury is at the moment, because it slipped my mind, but Mercury is on the shift, and I didn't think Mercury was going to be so important to this reading. Got a feeling it's in Aquarius at the moment, but it might be pushed into Pisces. I'll check that and write it in the box below and add it to our website later. So this is what fills this hole that you've created. This is the self-love. This is about returning through meditation to your truth, seeing with peacock spirit, which is air, seeing your spiritual truth, seeing with all these eyes. But this is that kind of that cry of the peacock to speak a truth, and the truth is trapped at the moment, and you've got to let this truth out. And it's a truth about you. It's not a truth to other people. I mean, eventually you will be saying it to other people, but this is about ego. Speak your internal truth to awaken the mother cell. I am hearing about mother cell. This is the new reference to this card. So your divine blueprint. Oh, ooh. So this is a time when these gates are opening to help you to put your divine blueprint online. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not an immediate thing. So your divine blueprint is this transformative butterfly energy, spiritual transformation. So you have to go back, you have to find all of your molecules, find the frequency that you think you're at, trying all the time to shed things that you don't need so that you can purify your sacral. But the idea is you're trying to go back to the frequency that you were when you were just one tiny cell. And that energy is then polluted as we go through life. And you've got to find your way back along those difficult rivers, swimming upstream against everything, to try and find the energy and the frequency that you once were. And then you need to remember how that cell divided and divided and divided and divided. You need to put that frequency back inside your whole body. That's tricky. So, I'm going to take these Anastark cards and see what we're heading for through these two new gateways. What's the divine blueprint heading us towards? So, more blue, much more blue. So, here we have unconditional love, 48, and soul fragments, 33. The soul fragments is us here in this life. The soul fragments are corrected and fixed through shadow work. You have to do a lot of shadow work with this moon. It's an ego moon. But the important part, I guess, is that your soul fragments are fixed through your divine blueprint. But your divine blueprint is an unconditional love, not for the baby as seen here, but this is the mother cell looking down in wisdom at the cell that created your life, that first cell. Okay, and it's you've got Guardian 19, guard your energy. Now this guard your energy is, again, it's about truths. So it's about singing, howling, speaking your truth to yourself. There's that sense of heading towards the eclipse with the moons and the sun. But also there's a second wolf just here, hidden in the background. This is the true you that you will become as you bring in your divine blueprint. So where is it heading? Towards card 70, abundance. Okay, this is when you're, oh, look, that's what it is. Look, that's what will pour down upon you from the Andean cross when you learn to love yourself. Now, it's really interesting that that's all kind of around the sacral, because for me, this energy we're going to look at now, I'm going to look at Mars, Jupiter and Saturn, because they're not sacral energies. They're completely different. So let's just begin with Mars. What is Mars trying to teach us as we get to the occulting when the moon passes in front of it? Mars is a C, the moon is an A. So what is Mars teaching us during this triple occulting? What is Mars trying to teach us? karmic magic, beautiful. 33 again, we've got another 33. Okay, so Mars, this magic card, 33, 33. You need to look up 33, 333. So there's a karmic magic, and as I say, Mars is earthing us differently into the world, into the earth, because the earth grids change to emotional masculinity. So the lords of karma, he's approaching them. Mars is approaching the lords of karma, and it's bringing a sense of magic. There's going to be downloads to help you shed things so that you can rebuild your soul fragments. This Jaguar is the representation of all three of those planets together. These lords of karma. This is a deeply protective energy. This is an energy that has transformed. There's a moon. There's the moon sitting here, passing by these three planets, but also that echo into Pluto that you'll never see with the naked eye is in the same area. So this is about a magical karmic release. A magical karmic release with Mars. So let's just go back to my cosmic deck. So what else is Mars teaching us? 3328. What else is Mars teaching us? This magical karmic release. What's that to do with? How does that help us? She's got a spiritual globe behind her, which I've never noticed before, just here. So there's a real magical transformation of your auric field with the moon. This is the card that just flew out. So Mars is here to help you seek clarification, 28, 29. So this is a natural progression, because each day, 18th, 19th, 20th, we're shifting forwards and releasing different things. So Mars is seeking clarification from your ancestors to help you shed the old karma that's caught up in your DNA, so that you can begin to create your divine blueprint DNA. So this, you really do need to work on the flow of your connection to the earth, to flow towards the expansiveness of Jupiter, and then to link that into the lower heart. But it's about karmic shifting. So let's just have a little look-see with a tarot deck and what else Mars is trying to give you witness to. What else is Mars giving us? 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 Okay, so right, so Mars is asking you to feel the abundance of the earth and to find your personal truth, that clarification of your space in the earth with the Queen of Pentacles. But also within this, it's heading towards the truth, the Ace of Swords. Yet again, we're being given this card of the truth. This blue energy that we started out with, coming down like lightning, this blue energy, it's really important, the throat chakra. So now let's go to the shamanic deck again, and we need to ask, what is the lesson from Jupiter as the moon occults Jupiter? What is the lesson of Jupiter, please? Oh, that's too many. I'm not reading that many. I just want two, please, Spirit. Just two, because there's a lot in this reading. It's going to be too long. Two cards, please, to explain the purpose of the occulting of Jupiter. Okay, so 1321, 2113, 2113, 2113. Jupiter, Crow energy and the Gatherer. Jupiter is the great expansive planet. Jupiter expands everything, and here you see we've got pumpkins, these huge orange representations of Jupiter that grow on the Earth. That idea of a small seed growing into something magnificent. So this is a really expansive time for you. Crow is here to say that this is a spiritually expansive time. The energy of the thyroid and thymus Jupiter energy is coming in to create a deeply expansive spiritual experience. Okay, so interesting. This card really flew down very lightly. This is the cosmic connection. It's 26, love and light. This card is okay. So, okay. Right, we always call Jupiter Jupiter, and we always talk about Jupiter as being this great sort of god of gods. And actually, I'm being told that you need to think of the energy coming from Jupiter during this occulting moment as actually being divine feminine Juno energy. This is where the divine feminine love energy is going to start to expand to help us to connect to our sacral, to pull our Gaia consciousness all the way down to our sacral. That's really interesting. I've never had that sense of the Jupiter energy being feminine, but you know, the planets have different frequencies. They're total frequencies. It's just the way in which they resonate at certain times will activate certain areas. So Jupiter is helping us to move forwards to a new beginning. We have the Chariot and the Fool. So the Chariot is that sense. There's always masculine and feminine horses, yin and yang, bringing balance, and that's why this is here. We've got to start seeing the expansive energy of the thyroid and thymus as being okay. The energy of the thyroid and thymus is the only energy of the chakras that doesn't rotate round through the chakras back inside your body. It goes down, as I said earlier. And as it goes down, all the other energies have to be cleansed as they pass through those energy wings that we have. So the Jupiter energy is both masculine and feminine. And that's why it flows in a different direction. It's so that it can cleanse both energies that pass through us. This frequency is going to feel like the feminine Juno side of Jupiter is going to become a lot stronger during the 19th. And that's why it's the gate of Urash. I'll explain that later. No, I can't do that to you, can I? Urash is like goddess of agriculture, and she's like Saturn energy. She's earth goddess. She's coming online so that our lower heart can start to keep up with the pace of the higher heart, which was the gates of Ishtar. So you have to trust in this energy change. You've got to take a leap of faith. You've got to know that the direction you want to move forwards in is to trust in the energy frequencies that are being adapted. Okay? So now we just need to do... That's interesting because that was Jupiter. And that's preparing us for this gateway. Now is the Saturn, which is the Urash energy that's coming. Sorry, I just threw those too early. So please, can we have 2 cards for Urash? Sorry, a card jumped over and I like them all to... I like them to be together all up the right way when we start. So, Saturn, please. What is the message that Saturn is wishing to teach us as the moon passes to the south of Saturn? That didn't jump out. Please, 2 cards, please, for Saturn. Oh, there you go. Oh, whoosh. Saturn has got a big... So, we began with this sense of this lightning of truth, this energy of truth that needs to be released from us, that needs to come out of our shell, the truth being burst open, okay? That's the lightning. That's how it starts with this Leo moon. As this Leo full moon moves towards the new moon that will be in Pisces, 18th, 19th, 20th, I've got a funny feeling it's on the 20th. I feel a little bit unprepared, sorry about that. But when Saturn occults, well, it doesn't quite occult, but it has the pass by, the thunder appears. Thunder and lightning. Where is this taking us? To the opening of the gateway of Urash, as I said earlier. 5856 people, or 5658. Tree of Life, Yggdrasil. The bison, you can't stop this. This is coming in, thunder, lightning, to bring a new energy, to root us, to put your roots into the ground for the first time, properly. A whole new Yggdrasil, Tree of Life, rooting energy like you've never known. And that's this preparation for the combining of the 2 heart chakras. So this is the 20th. The gateway of Urash will open. You won't get to walk through it straight away, don't get me wrong, but it's to do with grounding yourself in the golden energy of the earth grid, now that it's changed the root chakra from red to golden. Okay, so where are we going? What do the tarot want to tell us? Oh, I've gone to the wrong set first, but I'll leave them because they already jumped. We need to know what's the message here. 2 messages. So Saturn, karmically, remember we already had the magical karma of Jaguar, so we know this is a karmic moment that's coming in, a magical karmic moment of seeking to speak our truths. This Tree of Life, thunder and lightning that we have coming to root us into the earth is being sent from it's the divine will. It's flowing down from divine will. And this echoes back into that whole notion of the Andean cross, the energy coming from source to fill you with self-love, to bring this sense of, again, it's the same thing, that flowing down, that abundance of energy, unconditional love beginning to emerge, and it's here to purify your truth, to go through your sacral energy, so that you can witness and see a complete difference within your energy frequencies for your divine blueprint. This is how you begin to purify, going back to that original mother cell and rooting that mother cell down into the earth grid will start to bring online your divine energy, your divine blueprint, sorry. So the tarot cards that came out, it's heading towards the unification, the Lover's card, co-creation with source energy of your divine masculine and divine feminine, which is coming 21st of June, that ability to properly lock it in. So, do you see how the divine feminine there is almost in isolation because she wouldn't go into the earth? She was keeping herself in the sea, far away from all the emotions of the earth because it was raw masculinity, and she doesn't want that. What the divine feminine wants before it comes down and locks fully into the sacral is to have balance, to have that sense of justice, the balance. Notice here, unlike here where we had the yin and the yang, This is about the purification of the body and the soul. It's like the earth grid now carries the black and white yin and yang pathway into the future, but the spirit now has become pure, absolutely purified. Those white, double white columns, her all in white. This is a real massive energy transformation, massive energy transformation. And it brings about, to be zen with creativity, passions, it's going to bring on new energies to us. So I'm going to, King of Wands' creativity is bringing back the fire into life. I'm going to take this big stack of the Good Tarot and the Animal Spirits of Colette Baron Reed and just see what messages. Fabulous. Sometimes I just love it. It's exactly the same conclusion. This is about being spiritually aware. And what's he carrying here? His heart. He's ready to move this heart forward. Don't forget Valentine's Day, which I know isn't really in truth, but it does belong to the heart chakra now because we've put that energy on. But St. Valentine's not actually the patron saint of lovers. But that is also coming up in this period. So there's a lot of heart chakra energy. 4 of air. It's a really healing time. Okay, very healing moment. This is about taking the time out to heal. 4 of swords, to clear your thoughts. 4s are a very still energy. So during, oh look, she's got the 3 frequencies coming into her head. The Mars download frequency, the Jupiter download frequency, and the Saturn frequency. And that's the healing, to take all 3 of these energies, these 3 little stories we've said of each section, so that you can take the lead. This is a beautiful card, this stag. Absolutely beautiful. So stag spirit, it's 58. It's take the lead. It's connect yourself to both the earth and spirit, to find a way to balance yourself so that your heart chakra begins to form as one. It won't fully yet because there's a lot more work to do, but it's preparing yourself for the process. And then you've got 52, so 5852, just going to say 5852, you've got Scarab Beetle Spirit, which is the magic works through you. This is about taking the lead and believing in the fact that there is beautiful karmic, cosmic magic. Karmic, cosmic magic, the magic works through you. These spirits, they're coming, but they're working their magic through you, through your belief. And the seat of that magic is in your sacral and your solar plexus. And actually, do you know, that's the lowest chakras that any magic has been working through for a long time. Most magic has been coming through upper chakras. It's like we're beginning to bring, all the energies down towards the root. It's not rooting yet, but we're bringing it down. You know, for a long time, this is a magical zone, the heart. But when the heart combines, then you can bring solar plexus energy down as this golden energy rises up. This is about pulling the energy through the gateway of Horus on the top of your head and pulling that energy right down to the seat of your emotions, the gut instinct of the sea serpent, your divine blueprint, mother cell. So is there anything else you want to tell us about the divine blueprint? Is there anything else you want to tell us about the divine blueprint, please? Anything else you want to tell us? There's one. So the first one to come out, actually no, let's do it the other way around because it needs to be done this way. Transformation 13, Scorpio energy, transformation. It's like a death card, to transform, That's the whole point of this, to transform yourself. And the Eight of Wands is about you journeying forwards with a great big panda, which is again going back to the idea of unconditional love for your origins, for what you came from, the mother cell, going back to the innocence with wisdom of how you began your frequency, and then taking those frequencies and lighting each different part of your DNA strands, your molecules, your bodies, your energy centers, all need to be lit anew. And that's how you get the World card and Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. This is the end of a karmic cycle, and you have to understand how to get there. It's not going to happen in this moon phase. This is the ultimate goal as we go through 2020 towards 2021. But this is really beautiful, wonderful, magical conclusion with your divine blueprint being returned. Now look, when your divine blueprint comes on, it's all that stuff they call junk DNA starts to get reactivated. You'll stop aging, you'll stop getting old, things will begin to change about you, frequencies will change, you'll approach things differently. You know, all kinds of things that feel like they're falling off you or dying or ill will all start to pick up and come back on life, okay? So it's better to do this through the magic of the cosmos, bringing you the abundances of your divine blueprint, than it is to do it through some kind of weird CRISPR DNA editing suite, because you're still gonna age with the CRISPR stuff. Everything's gonna go wrong, and because you haven't done the internal soul shadow work. This is the pathway forwards into abundance and energy that will bring your divine blueprint online, so that you can be your perfect self, so that you can be your entire world. Okay? So that's the energy of the full moon in Leo heading through these 3 planet occulting thing. The next readings I'm going to do will be the 2 gateways, and I will also be doing, for each new moon at the moment, I'm going to be adding the Chinese horoscope animal signs, because I can't say how much I adored being in the energy of those animal spirits. So I'm going to do those for the moment with every new moon. Maybe I'll start doing them on full moons as well. But for now, enjoy the energy of the moon, the full moon in Leo, this Aquarius new moon becoming full in Leo, and then this transformative process leading us towards this wonderful new energy portals, the 2 of them that are opening, okay? And I'll get on with making the videos about how you deal with those energy portals. So, wassail, have a really, really beautiful February as we head towards the 20th of the 2nd, 2020. Wassail.